Good afternoon and welcome to Woodford Rugby Club. Today we will be at one of the oldest clubs in the country, formed in 1924. If you can't tell already, these aren't my words, these are Ralph's, bless him. He unfortunately won't be joining us today as he's not well. But the London suburb is famous for two of the greatest Britons who served as members of Parliament, Lawrence of Arabia and Winston Churchill, our saviour in the Second World War. And Woodford has produced several internationals, as well as Eastern Counties coach Ian Palmer. One of the most famous sons was G.T. James, the husband of Christine Truman, a Grand Slam tennis champion and runner-up at Wimbledon. Woodford have really improved steadily this season and won the early season fixture at Oakfield. So today Thurrock will be hoping to avenge that reversal. And a special thank you to the members of Woodford Rugby Club today, who have been very helpful and very welcoming to myself and Marco, the cameraman, today. And we hope for a good and hard-fought game from both teams. And if you hear any muttered apologies, that will be because we are standing right in front of the door for this spot, so apologies for that. Today, the Thurrock team will be Frank Wright, Lawrence Brown, Aaron Atribus, Tanny Loker, Jay Jennings, Caelan Watts-Adams, Dan Ulf, Ben Timpson as captain, Eddie Stevens, Alex Jones, Harry Reynolds, Henry Bird, Niall Clifford, Rob Murphy and Rhys Cotter, with their finishers Ant Catchpole, Callum Pluck and Alfie Bailey. My apologies to Woodford already if I butcher any of these names. But today for Woodford we've got Mike Chamberlain, Will Pryor, Will Cooper Rondu, George Hughes, Alfie Kernis, Sol Brutton, Joel Conrad, Jake Herger, who is captain today, Danny Fox, Jim White, Pat Vulo, Ian Meads, vice-captain today, Keenan Brown, Sam Robbins and Tito Ajua, who is debuting today, with their finishers Jason Watson, Tom Platter and Harvey Sames. I've also been told that Ian Meads does not like to be called Lane, as he has apparently previously been called, so I'll do my best not to mess that one up today. It looks as if Woodford are coming out for a few last-minute shoulder warm-ups. Ready And I believe that is number 12, Ian Meads, preparing to kick to start off the game. An excellent kick over the far right side, just about goes 10 but goes straight to the hands of Thurrock. Although there seems to be calls for in at the side, the referee has decided that the ball didn't quite go 10 and has called it back for the scrum to Thurrock. And we set up for the first scrum of the game. Hopefully this should set up a base for the rest of the game. We'll be able to see if there is any overpowering move from either side. And there seems to be from Woodford. Although Thurrock managed to maintain possession of the ball, almost makes a break through the line, but Woodford keep Thurrock at bay. Very, very excellent save there. I believe that might have been Jay Jennings. Although Woodford have done well to turn over the ball. And the referee gives penalty for off their feet by Thurrock. Once again, Ian Meads lines up for the kick. A very big kick into touch. That puts Woodford very far into the Thurrock half, which will give Woodford an excellent advantage and a possible open for a try. Fantastic line out that goes straight to Woodford hands and passes through the hands to the backs, although Thurrock does well to stop them in their tracks. I believe that was Niall Clifford. Into the hands of number 10, Jim White. Woodford maintain possession as they crash into the wall of Thurrock again. This time being run in by Sol Ratton. Woodford continuing to drive forward to try and find a gap in the Thurrock defence, although they seem to be being held quite nicely where they are. Excellent tackle from Stephen Thurrock. And off to Tito Adjua. Taken back into contact again by Sol Ratton. This time being released a little bit further over the other side of the pitch. Though Woodford seemed to be a little bit thin on numbers that side, they managed to find a gap and gain a few metres. And Will Pryor tries to barge through, although the referee sees a knock on by Woodford and gives a penalty to Thurrock. This time it will be a Thurrock scrum. Another strong scrum from Woodford, but this time it is taken out the back by Ben Timpson, although the ball has been released. The referee sees an offside by Woodford, so they are marched back 10. Another excellent kick, although unfortunately Thurrock still remain in their own half. Woodford appeared to have a similar issue to Thurrock, with the amount of greenery behind the pitch, so quite often the balls tend to get lost. Another excellent kick downfield from Thurrock, and bounces straight into the hands of Woodford. Thurrock do an excellent chase. The referee keeps the game playing, and Thurrock maintain hold of the ball, and that is Ben Timpson running straight into Woodford crowd. That was a kick by Alex Jones. And unfortunately that try was just missed, but a fantastic opportunity seen by Alex Jones. Hopefully we'll be able to see another similar attempt, which might give Thurrock their first try of the game. Referee today is Drew McKean, who is currently allowing Alex Jones to line up for his kick. And that has gone very far into a set of bushes off the field, but is edging Thurrock closer and closer to the Woodford try line. So we prepare for another Thurrock line out. Thurrock decided to change the person they're lifting. I believe that's Caelan Watts-Adams. And they make an attempt for a wall, which is an amazing attempt. And the first try of the game is scored by Thurrock. An amazing piece of counter-attacking from Woodford, but unfortunately it just wasn't enough, and that was an amazing execution of set-piece move from Thurrock. This will be quite a wide kick for Reese to take. It's always more, obviously, difficult than the kicks from in front of the post. As a right-footed kicker, obviously kicking from the left side is more advantageous than kicking from the right. Woodford are set up to chase a kick, although that seems a little bit early. It doesn't give Reese, and he scores the conversion, which brings the current score to 7-0 to Thurrock. I believe their want for revenge for losing the last game against Woodford might possibly be in play. And that was an unfortunate knock-on by Thurrock, but an excellent kick from Woodford once again. Although currently there doesn't seem to be a bias of forwards or backs who will be maintaining possession of the ball more today, it definitely seems that Woodford's kicks will be something to look out for Thurrock. That seemed like quite a painful failed scrum from both sides. The referee seems to be having a word with both sets of front rows. Clearly there's something he's not quite happy with in the scrums. Possibly he wasn't happy with the condition of the pitch and so has moved it a little bit further towards the camera. Although Thurrock appear to have found their feet with their scrums, Woodford maintain the strength behind their own. Do Woodford receive a advantage moving forwards? That was an excellent pick-up from Keenan Brown, who managed to gain Woodford quite a few metres, and although Danny Fox looks for the option, he doesn't quite find a gap in the line. The referee brings it for the penalty against Thurrock for Woodford. believe this was for not releasing.
No, I haven't got one.
And a possible head injury. Yes, and the referee has just confirmed that it was for not releasing. Therefore, it is a Woodford scrum. Another strong Woodford scrum drives the Thurrock line back. They try to go blind and it doesn't quite pay off as Ben Timpson brings them to the ground. And Thurrock have turned over and now have possession of the ball. Oh, it seems to be quite a mass of bodies. Woodford appear to have the ball back again and an advantage from the ref. An excellent option seen by Jim White. Fantastic execution of a dummy, and that gives Woodford their first try of the game. That currently brings it to 7-5 to Thurrock. Once again, the conversion will be taken from the left side, although it will be much closer to the post. It could be a higher possibility of success. And the kick will be taken by Ian Meads. And I was correct, a perfect kick straight down the middle of the post, which brings the score to a current draw at 7-7 all. So far it seems to be quite an evenly matched game, which is always an exciting one. Never quite sure who might come out victorious. Although Woodford today are more of the underdogs, as they currently hold 7th place in the league table and Thurrock are at 5th. This time I believe the kick was taken by Alex Jones from Thurrock. He just slipped out the hands of Woodford, although he makes an excellent break, with Thurrock struggling to stop him. But this time Tani Loco is struggling less so in making the hit and stopping them in their tracks. And that was a knock-on by Woodford, which has given Thurrock the possession. And Reed's another excellent kick to himself. He looks for the gap and unfortunately there isn't one, but Jay Jennings is quick to get over the ball. With Timpson taking it into contact once again. Caelan Watts-Adams throwing it out to the back line. And the pass was intercepted by Rob Murphy, who's passed to his teammate, who has then broken through and knocked on the ball. Although that appears to have resulted in an injury. Excellent kick from Thurrock. Again, slightly out the hands of Jim White, who passes to his teammate, Ian Meads, who makes another excellent run and a kick back to Thurrock. This time picked up by Tani Loco and passed out to the backs. There's an excellent pass out of the tackle from Thurrock. And a brilliant break by Eddie Stevens, although it's brought short by Woodford. And there is another knock-on by Woodford, which gives Thurrock the penalty, although the referee doesn't seem to have seen that we currently have 2 injuries on the pitch. The ref seems to have been notified and has taken time off. And by the looks of it, I believe that is Harvey Sames coming onto the pitch. I'm unsure who he's in replacement of yet. It appears to be a Woodford player on the floor, so most likely that will be who he is replacing. Well, while this is unfortunately unfolding, it was quite a successful weekend last weekend for Woodford and Thurrock as a rugby club, as I believe Woodford beat Southend last weekend. I'm unsure of the score, but the Thurrock first team and second team, and I believe Mongrels as well, also beat their counterparts in their games last week. And the Thurrock women's first team and second team were also victorious on their Sunday game. And Thurrock first team will be away tomorrow to Reading. So we wish, well, I will be there as well, but unfortunately I won't be able to commentate. But obviously the best of luck to the women's team, and there should be a live stream for that tomorrow. The kickoff will be 1:30 p.m. and hope to see you there. Unfortunately, the Woodford player seems to be coming off with the pitch with their injury. The time starts again as Alex Jones prepares for another kick. Keep it going, mate. Once again, a Thurrock line out. This time Caelan Watts-Adams going up, and they attempt to recreate their earlier maul, although it seems much less successful than the first time. I believe that's Jay Jennings attempting to gain further ground. Though there appears to have been a turnover by Woodford. Quite a mess of bodies, although Thurrock have come out victorious. And the referee pulls it back for a penalty to Thurrock. I believe that is for Woodford being off their feet once again. The referee seems unhappy and calls for a captain's meeting with Woodford. Another kick from Thurrock in more or less the same place it was last time. At this point in the game, you start to question if there is a need to keep kicking out. But obviously that gives Thurrock the possible advantage over their success with the line-outs at the moment. And saying that goes straight to Tanny Loka. Although this time Woodford do an excellent job at keeping Thurrock exactly where they are on the pitch. This time the penalty goes to Woodford. This time we will be witnessing a scrum instead of a line out, which makes a nice little change after the last few. Referee pulls it back once again for a Woodford penalty, although I'm not quite sure what that hand movement is. Once again, Ian Meads kicks into touch. Excellent kick downfield once again. Which doesn't quite bring them back into the Thurrock half, but brings them quite close. This time the line out goes to Woodford. The Thurrock have driven them back further than the line was originally for the line out. That seems to be several knock-ons by Woodford, which gives a penalty to Thurrock. Thurrock are doing well to put pressure on Woodford when they are in attack and also in defence. Thurrock have not yet found their footing with their scrums, but do well to get it out to the backs. Outstanding execution of another move, although it's just fumbled late at the last hurdle. But Thurrock do well to recover, and Harry Reynolds holds onto the ball to get it back out the other way into Thurrock hands. Although Thurrock decided to dummy and got again straight into space, and Ben Timpson takes advantage of that. Thurrock doing very well to shift the ball back down the other end of the pitch. He's going through many hands today, which is always amazing to see. Shows a team's trust in their forwards and backs to work simultaneously. Although Woodford are doing everything to slow down the play, Thurrock presses on and continues to gain metres after metres. This time I think that could be Lawrence Brown pushing through. I think that's number 2. And Thurrock have scored their second try of the game. That was a sensation of a try from Thurrock. That's a brilliant mixture of individual skills, sort of one-out runners, but then having the same support from their teammates and allowing them to have options to work well as a team or as an individual on the pitch, which, as I said earlier, is always amazing to see. Reece Cotter once again is getting ready to take his attempt at the conversion, this time right in front of the post, which is always an advantage. Although with this wind, before I've even finished my sentence he contradicts me, he does well to get his conversion, which brings it to 14-7 to Thurrock. But with the wind we're currently experiencing, although you can't quite see it with the trees, it is very windy today, which could possibly limit the kicking by Woodford and Thurrock, as at the moment Woodford would gain the advantage from the wind as it is pushing. Another flawless kick by Woodford, which is taken straight into their own hands. Although Thurrock are doing well to try and win the ruck, they are unsuccessful sadly. Woodford decide to keep going right as they've seen that there could be a possible advantage. But an excellent tackle from Niall Clifford sends the ball flying although it remains in Woodford hands. Will Pryor does well to win the ruck. And Sol Ratton takes it back into contact again. The referee has given the advantage to Woodford, who kicks it back into Thurrock's hands. The referee does a very explicit representation of of being off your feet in the ruck. And we see that once again. And another kick takes Woodford further into the Thurrock half. They are probably mere metres from the Thurrock try line, and no doubt will keep pushing to even the score once again. Woodford do well to win their on-line out and fall straight back into a maul, although Thurrock does well to drive them towards the touchline. They remain in. And this will most likely be several attempts at a crash ball to get closer to the try line before passing outwards to the backs. So quite a classic rugby move. Thurrock are doing very well to keep Woodford where they are. Number 10, Jim White takes it upon himself to gain the metres that the forwards were unable to. And they try to go blind again, although they lose the ball in attack. And the ball is kicked downfield by Thurrock, releasing the pressure they were having constantly forced upon them. And Woodford are pushed back ever so slightly into their half, nearly. Apologies, we were just being attacked by a very lovely dog with a Woodford shirt on. If I had a dog, I'd love to get one of Thurrock for myself.
You've got to get a dog first.
Possibly this might be my campaign to get a dog. Woodford win their line out once again. This time very quickly passed out to the backs. I believe that was to Keenan Brown once again. Excellent offload by number 15, Tito Ejua. Apologies if I am getting that surname wrong. This time being running by Joel Conradi. Once again, apologies. And this time Jim White is looking for an option, although he finds a gap and gains meters. On that pass is just missed, and Thurrock almost managed to take back possession. Another amazing option seen by Woodford, although they almost passed to the Thurrock wing. And fantastic hands by Woodford. Both teams appear to be doing well under pressure, with it increasing. And although there appear to be arguments over who has possession of the ball, the referee brings it back for an earlier penalty to Woodford for a knock-on by Thurrock. As we've seen previously, Woodford seems to be dominating the scrums, which is quite curious, being as Thurrock have done well recently in the last few months of their games to always have the upper hand in their forwards. I believe the earlier injury for Woodford could possibly have been Eddie Stevens, as I'm seeing that Rob Murphy has moved to 9. However, I could be wrong. The numbers are not quite visible to me from here. Well, Thurrock seem to have finally found their feet in the scrum. They do well to maintain their position. And this time bringing Keenan Brown to the ground. Although Tanny Loker is persistent and makes a tackle, driving them back even further. This time being run into contact by Will Cooper Rondu. And this time Captain Jake Herger is brought to the ground by Tanny Loker once again. And the referee gives a penalty to Thurrock for the knock-on ball by Woodford. The referee has asked for time off as there appears to be an injury to Woodford. Although I doubt the players will be quite upset about that as they get a chance for a break in a bit of water. And the ref calls for time on again.
I've just a birthday scored. Luke marvellous, isn't it, eh? So I go again? I'll just be again. Please. Oh, that's very nice, isn't it? That's a nice pretend like that.
We have quite a few Thurrock and Woodford supporters alike, both on the live stream and in person. It's always good to see so many supporters for local teams.
I know, man.
This time Thurrock put the ball into the scrum and are very heavily driven backwards by Woodford.
Remember the old Burke snake?
And Woodford have managed to turn over the ball and take possession.
That's great, mate.
Although Thurrock seem to be very thin on defence. To be given a yellow card, although I believe that ball went backwards and was not an intentional knock-on. And the yellow card has been given to the Thurrock player. And I think that is number 14, Rob Murphy. And Woodford have been awarded the penalty try. It's a very unfortunate yellow card for Thurrock, as is possibly one of the most confusing rules with intentional knock-ons. That it results in a straightaway yellow card, as many rugby players have probably seen. They wish that'd be as quick with high tackles. However, a penalty is due where it is due, and luckily for Woodford, that brings it to 14-all once again. I doubt Thurrock will be allowing Woodford to run away with the game now. It will be a lot more pressure on them, going down to 14 men. As very well taken by Woodford, although Harry Reynolds was very quick to attack. Woodford appeared to be setting up for a box kick. And I was correct. It falls just in the Thurrock half, but is taken very well by Alex Jones, who passes to Harry Reynolds, who passes back to him, and he kicks it very, very far into the Woodford half, and is probably no more than mere metres from the try line of Woodford. That was truly an amazing kick from Thurrock, and quite an excellent retaliation for the yellow card.
Sorry.
Woodford appear to be setting for their attack, although the throw-in was not straight. Therefore, the scrum has been given to Thurrock. This time we are preparing for a Thurrock line-out, and Caelan Watts-Adams is once again thrown up. Thinking about that, that sounds very odd. Although Thurrock do well to gain ground, they appear to have swiveled, which has caused a penalty to be given to Woodford. Although my earlier comment was that this game could be quite an even match between the forwards and backs, it seems to be quite a forward-driven game with the number of scrums and lineouts that we have been witnessing. Although there seems to be a bit of early pushing in that scrum, the referee maintains it, and Thurrock scrum half is very quick to jump on the man with the ball. And Timpson does very well to fight off Woodford. Although it is, I think that is Danolf and, no, possibly Caelan again. And Ant Catchpole that fight for the ball once again, although Woodford do well to get the ball away and kick it into touch. Although unfortunately not much ground was gained, it's at least released some pressure from Woodford. So I would politely like to ask the Thurrock players to please put on their shirts that are their numbers and not keep changing them, as it is very annoying and I get moaned at for getting people's names wrong. Another brilliant line out from Thurrock. This time a switch is made. And Henry Bird has done well to drive further into the pack of Woodford. This time Jay Jennings fighting off an attack, and does well to maintain the ball. This time it's passed back inside to Harry Reynolds, who makes an amazing offload to Reece Cotter. And although Woodford are attempting to hold him up, they had to release. Another amazing piece from Thurrock, leading to a try from Harry Reynolds. Once again, an amazing set piece that has led to success once again for Thurrock. It seems to be an excellent blend between the forwards and the backs, as I previously mentioned, and it seems to be working to their advantage and leading to further points. And that brings the score currently to 19-14 to Thurrock. This time it will be a difficult conversion for Reece Cotter from the right side as a right-footed kicker, as the half-time whistle draws ever nearer. Reece might have a bit of luck on his side with the wind working with him. If he aims a little bit further left, it might just about blow in. And unfortunately for Woodford, number 11 Pat Vulo attempted to chase the ball, but was a bit quick off the mark. Oh, there we go. And as previously mentioned, with the amount of wind, Thurrock attempt to hold the ball for Reese in place, but the referee pulls him back. Although that was a very valiant attempt by Reese, it just goes left, so the score remains at 19-14.
You're allowed to.
With the earlier times off for several injuries, it is quite difficult to know how long it's going to be left of this half. But once again we kick off, and Thurrock do well to kick back. And they kick straight into the Woodford half, and we're very lucky with the bounce, which I don't think Woodford were quite prepared for. Woodford set up their attack plan, and it is missed by the person up in the line, and I believe that is Lawrence Brown that is run through. That was very well seen by Henry Bird, I think that was. Almost offloaded to a Woodford player, but saw that that would have been a very incorrect move. And Pat Vulo catches the ball and asks for it to be held. So the referee brings it back for penalty. For, I think it was offside by Woodford. And Thurrock has kicked into touch. Apologies, I think that was earlier Aaron Atribus. Once again, Kalen gets to the ball very easily. Thurrock continue to drive as close as they can to the try line. Aaron rejoins once again and pushes Thurrock through to possibly score the try. And the try is given, and I believe that was Ant Catchpole scoring that try. Always good to see that Thurrock are continuing to drive try after try, as Thurrock mentality, rugby mentality is always a 0-0 score until the final whistle is blown. Obviously Woodford are doing very well to put up a fight against Thurrock, but they've come with a vengeance for the loss of the last game. So the score now currently sits at 24-14. This will again be a difficult kick from the right side, but the wind seems to have died down a little bit just for this kick. It'll be remaining at 24-14 as of current. Woodford ball does not go 10 and goes straight into touch after several bounces, but the referee brings it back for a Thurrock scrum. 3:30, and the men kicked off at 2:30. So we're getting very close to having played for an hour almost. But obviously, as a rugby player, you know, that should only be 40 minutes and a half. With the same level of respect and commitment from both in the second half. Good afternoon and welcome back again to the second half of Woodford versus Thurrock. We'd just like to say thank you to everyone commenting on the live stream. Obviously it helps us with our views and helps the club. And a special thank you to Tino Dager. Nice of you to be tuning in, giving us more views. Obviously I'm still learning, I'm only 19. And hopefully our fellow commentator, Ralph, will be back soon. He's currently not feeling too well, but obviously we miss him quite a lot today. This time Thurrock will be kicking off, and it'll be Alex Jones kicking to Woodford. Thurrock do well to put pressure on Woodford and drive them back a few metres. Although Woodford see the opportunity to go blind, although it doesn't quite pull off to the success that they were possibly hoping to, they managed to get a kick out the back, straight into the hands of Thurrock, who counter-kick right back into the hands of Woodford. And I think you get the idea of the kicking. The referee appears to have seen that as a knock-on, although quite clearly some of the supporters disagree and say that the ball went backwards. And Thurrock's previous yellow card seems to be time up, so he's allowed back on the pitch. And I'm sure Thurrock will be grateful to have 15 men on the pitch once again. Thurrock's scrum seems to have come back with a vengeance from the first half. Although Woodford are doing well to drive through the centre of Thurrock, continue pushing onwards towards their try line. This time the referee says that was a knock off of the leg, so does not give the penalty, and Thurrock kicks it into touch just past the Woodford, just past the halfway line, sorry. Very well. And number 6, Sol Ratton. Get to halfway to the other side of the pitch. Thurrock do well to stop them once again. And they're stolen by Kayla Watts-Adams, who makes a break for the try line, although the referee pulls it back for offside. Another Ian Meads manages to get it well into the Thurrock area of the pitch. Once again, it is a Woodford line-out. Their success in their own line-outs have been quite great. Once again, their ball handling skills are amazing to get to the other side of the pitch, but it was an unfortunate mess up on their part, although Thurrock are putting pressure well and they are handling excellently. The referee has given the advantage to Woodford for the offside by Thurrock. And has given the penalty for, I believe, a second offside. Once again, Ian Meads does an amazing kick and recreates Thurrock's earlier kick straight into the car park and only mere metres from Thurrock's try line. Again, a successful Woodford line-out, and this time they continue to drive further and further towards their goal, and they're doing a very excellent job at it, although it is brought just short. They do well to go blind and push even further, and the try is scored by Will Cooper Rondu. Fantastic effort from Woodford to keep pushing and continue to be resilient in the game, and obviously their efforts have paid off very well. No doubt Woodford would be very happy with their success with that try, although once again it will be a difficult kick from the right side today. But now it will bring the score to Thurrock 24 and it will be Woodford 19. Costa does well to chase and put pressure on the kicker, and unfortunately it does just go right of post. So the score will be remaining at 24-19 Thurrock. Obviously this is quite a close game. There is a large amount of time still left in this half, so Woodford could still bring it back, so it is all to play for both teams. Once again, the wind seems to be quite a horrible opponent in this game for both teams, and the kick has not gone 10. This time it will be a scrum to Woodford. Scrum to attack the scrum half. Although it seems to have appeared, it seems to have injured Danny Fox. this seems to be quite a painful injury. I believe it is to the shoulder, so sadly Danny Fox will not be continuing. Once again, I'm not 100% sure if that is Danny Fox, so I do apologise if it is not. Once again, a strong scrum is set up. The Thurrock seems to be driving them sideways, and the referee has awarded Thurrock the penalty. A lovely kick even further into the Woodford half. Yeah.
Hi, Tracy.
Hi, Maddie.
Very well taken by Kayla Watts-Adams once again. Although Woodford are driving Thurrock very far back. Timpson takes it out. And Henry Bird runs into contact. Thurrock are just short of the try line, although they're continuing to drive forwards. This time they're taking the option to give it out to Henry Bird, who passes to Ben Timpson, who once again is brought short of the try line. Thurrock go back outside. I believe that is Aaron and Trubus. Although Woodford have done an amazing job at keeping Thurrock off of their try line, they just fail for a second, which allows Thurrock to get through and score. Been told that was Kayla that scored that one. He'll be quite happy after his multiple tries scored at a previous game a few weeks back. And that brings the score to 29-19 Thurrock. Straight through the middle of the post, which obviously adds to Thurrock's score and brings it up to 31-19, sorry, to Thurrock. An amazing take from Ben Timpson and a lovely offload out to number 14, which I believe is Rob Murphy. That was very well handled by Thurrock, as there seems to be quite a mess of bodies on the pitch. They did well to maintain their heads and continue to gain over half the pitch. Thurrock managed to steal the ball and turn it over and use it to their own advantage. Once again, getting it out to the wing. Make a very long run for themselves. Although Woodford do all they can to gather the ball back, Thurrock maintaining possession and Tenny Local continues to drive forwards. Once again, another excellent missed pass from Thurrock. And a lovely offload. Although Woodford continues to make every hit that is in front of them. Woodford did well to be very quick off the line and continued to put pressure on Thurrock, although that might have been a little bit too quick, as it has awarded Thurrock a penalty.
Caution.
I believe I've been getting Dan Olf and Alex Jones confused, I've been told, so once again, apologies. Once again, it goes to the hands of Caelan Watts-Adams. This time the ball seems to have dispersed a lot sooner than Thurrock were planning to, and they are pushed out into touch. Seems to be another injury to the Thurrock side this time. Another brilliant kick by Woodford, this time to Harry Reynolds, who passes to Reece Cotter. Once again kicks back into a vast amount of space and leaves Woodford running for the ball, although they do well to keep it in. A lovely jink around Thurrock, but still brought to ground. Thurrock win the penalty for Woodford being off their feet in the ruck. Another strong line out from Thurrock, but unfortunately the ball has not gone straight. Woodford have now earned their scrum. Hopefully they'll be able to get a kick far down the wing and be able to release a bit of pressure off of themselves. And as I said, Woodford have managed to release a bit of pressure off of their off of themselves, and that was an excellent catch by a supporter in the crowd. I'm sure he's getting many comments to say to join the team. Never be short of too many rugby players. Boys passed out very swiftly to the backs of Thurrock, although Woodford do very well to bring it to a very sudden stop. And Reese sees the gap and takes it. Excellent tackle from Woodford. I think that might have been fullback Tito Adjua that made that try-stopping tackle, although the ref seems to have counted it as a try. I think it is. Yep, and we've had confirmation that it is a try, and Reese Cotter will now be setting up for the conversion. So this will be bringing the score up to 36-19 to Thurrock. Unfortunately, the conversion will not be adding any points to that, as it is quite a difficult angle, especially with the wind being very against that kick. Very well taken by number 14, Rob Murphy, although Joel Conrad was very quick on that and succeeded in pushing him into touch. Well taken line out by Woodford, that was Saul Ratton, although it is stolen once again by Thurrock. And Aaron traversed as well to get to the breakdown. And Ben Timpson decides to go for a run. Woodford are doing very well to be quick off the line to put pressure on Thurrock in defence. Once again, Thurrock brought to ground. Although Thurrock have been given the advantage for Noah to roll away from the tackle. Very close interception from number 11, Pat Volo. And Thurrock have succeeded in completing another extraordinary run and scoring a try. Sorry, I'm a little bit shocked there, that sounded excited. Thurrock have done excellent today to extend their lead in this second half, although Woodford have fought very well against them. Thurrock seem to be clawing their way ahead very slowly but surely. Obviously seeing weaknesses in the Woodford defence, although I'm sure Woodford won't be going down without a fight today. However, the current score is now 41-19 to Thurrock. The Teddy Loper is coming off of the field. And during my time saying Taylor Locker is coming off the field at the moment, Reece Cotter has got the conversion, bringing the current score to 43-19 to Thurrock. We do apologise for the slight echoiness of the commentary. Unfortunately, there's technical difficulty that we will try and correct before the next game. The ball has gone straight out into touch from the Woodford kick, and therefore will be brought back for a scrum to Thurrock on the centre line. I think Woodford's number 9 was a bit quick to attack there. Always good to see, but unfortunately that does result in an advantage for Thurrock. Once again taken in by Ben Timpson. Lovely pass out to the backs, but unfortunately fumbled by Thurrock. And the referee brings it back for the offside earlier by Woodford, giving Thurrock the penalty. It was lovely to see good sportsmanship from Woodford there, gathering the ball for Thurrock's number 10. Obviously it's a respectful game which is always upheld by the men's teams. I don't think the kick quite went off the pitch, and that would be why the linesman has put up his flag. Once again, Thurrock have decided to attack that left wing, although that was a phenomenal tackle from Woodford. Thurrock have now decided to make a switch, go back to the right side, and put down another try in far right corner. And proving that they haven't quite tied from this game yet. I believe that one was Niall Clifford. Absolutely excellent try scored there. Obviously, it'd be amazing if they could all be that well rehearsed, but it's always good to see.
Yes. Give it a break.
chase and put pressure on that kick. And unfortunately, it does cause the mistake from Reese. And that currently leaves the score at 48-19. We are quite far into the second half of this game, so the pressure is on for Woodford. Although that was a brilliant attempt by Woodford's number 11, I think that is, Pat Devulo. Unfortunately, that was a knock-on by him. That would have been an amazing try from him. So I personally think the tries that are born of the interceptions in a game are always something great to watch. Obviously, very easily messed up or considered an offside, but when they work, they're definitely something to behold. Woodford once again found their feet in the scrum and did very well to drive Thurrock back, although they have seen that there's been a mismatch of numbers in defence. Reese attempts to do a dummy. Jay Jennings as well to run into contact. It is supported by Aaron Antrobus. The ball is fed out to the far right side and run in by Kayla Watson, who makes a fantastic offload to the far wing. And so they go for another try for the right side of the pitch. There is a knock-on forced by the pressure of Woodford, and they win the ball back at the last second, absolutely robbing Thurrock of that try. This time Thurrock take control of the scrum, although it takes quite a few of them to bring the Woodford player to the ground. One of them now doesn't seem to be able to let go of the Thurrock player, and as always a fight breaks out. So I think Woodford have a clear shot for a nice kick, and he takes it. Excellent chip, but unfortunately goes straight into the hands of Thurrock. It's taken into contact by Harry Reynolds, I think. And the penalty is given for Woodford. Well, it was a good attempt at getting ahead of the opposing team. The ref calls the ball back for the penalty to be taken at his mark. Another excellent kick from Woodford, following on from the rest of the kicks from this game. And that puts Thurrock back into their own half. That line was very well taken by Woodford, although the referee seems to disagree. Calls it back for a retake. Once again, Woodford do well to handle the line out, although Thurrock seems to be putting pressure for them all. The referee has awarded an advantage, I believe. Woodford continue to walk Thurrock back further and further, although they now appear to be going sideways. learning. Woodford's number 9 does well to find the ball in the massive bodies on the floor. And Thurrock are given the advantage. There's a race between Thurrock's 10 and Woodford's 15 to get to the ball in time. That was an excellent jink from Tito Ejua. And unfortunately, a high tackle by Thurrock, which is always never a good sign in a game. The referee does well to control the game and players on the pitch. Obviously, he's given fair treatment to all players and asking for everyone to come in for a group discussion. It's always good to see fair treatment amongst both teams, or for both teams by the referee. Although the referee has dismissed both teams to find their places on the pitch again, he still keeps time off the injury on the floor for Woodford. That was a phenomenal kick from Woodford. Unfortunately, Rhys Gosh wasn't able to keep it in play, although he did make an excellent attempt, trying to impersonate one of the international teams who a few weeks ago tried the same technique. But that ball has put a lot of pressure on Thurrock, being forced very far back into their own half, when just moments ago they were in the same place on the other side of the pitch. Has unfortunately fumbled by Woodford and has given Thurrock the advantage and given them the ability to kick back downfield, although it doesn't quite go into touch. The referee has brought it. Woodford have got one more try and then they will be getting the bonus point, which obviously will give them a very good leg up in the league, as I've just been told. Yes, the referee has pulled it back for the early knock-on by Woodford. Then Timson takes the ball. Decide to go back the same way that they just left. As they can see that there is an overlap of numbers. And the referee has given the penalty to Woodford. And that has given them a very good likelihood of getting their bonus point for today. Obviously, the score is currently 48-19 to Thurrock. Only only a few minutes should remain now, as we are, as I said earlier, quite far into the second half. Woodford have taken the ball very well from the line out. With a very ferocious maul being driven very, very easily by Woodford. And they've been awarded 24-48. Once again, it will be a difficult kick from the right side. Once again, it will be a difficult and that kick seems to be taken with ease, giving Woodford an extra 2 points, which will now bring them up to 26-48. Obviously, well into their bonus point now. But obviously, that was excellent pace by the Woodford forwards. That was executed to perfection, I would say, and a very well deserved try. Ball taken into the hands of Woodford. An excellent run through. I think that could be George Hughes. Woodford have now seen the mistake that in Thurrock that they previously made, with a very large overlap of the defensive side. Woodford were making excellent ground with quite an amazing display of performance. Unfortunately, it's been brought short by a potential head injury on Thurrock. Slightly, we will be waiting for a head assessment. I believe that Woodford are most likely going to prepare to kick to the right side of the pitch and gain that vital ground. Unfortunately, there does seem to be a head injury for Thurrock, resulting in a catch ball coming back onto the pitch. I believe that could be Callum Clark coming off. Which an end to an excellent game for him. And as predicted, Woodford have made a long distance of a kick into the Thurrock half, and could be setting themselves up for another try this side of the half-time whistle. Once again, Woodford tried to recreate the previous successful maul, although Thurrock this time seemed to have learned and attempted to take it into touch. Although Woodford continued to drive further towards the Thurrock line. Thurrock acting very quickly in defence to stop any progression from Woodford. Although Woodford are setting up for quite a strong back line out to the left, they may look to use that as an option to try and break through. Do they indeed have? It could potentially be a try-saving tackle from Reece Costa on the far side. But I think the referee has given them the try. Oh, it can't be confirmed at the moment. Yes, so that would bring the Woodford score to 31-48. Obviously pending the conversion kick. It's been quite an eventful game with quite a high score total from both sides. Obviously very well fought from both sides, with Thurrock coming back with a vengeance for their early in the season, and Woodford fighting very well to maintain their victory against Thurrock. I think this could be possibly the last kick of the game. What a brilliant way to end the game. So that was the conversion taken by Woodford, which now brings the score to 48-33 to Thurrock. As I previously said, that was an excellent game from both sides and fantastic sportsmanship as well. We will be away to Reading for the women's team tomorrow. We'll be the first team. So we wish them all of luck. Thank you to all Thurrock supporters joining us on the YouTube and in person for travelling today, and also a special thank you to the Woodford supporters once again watching from the live stream, and also the people that are here today who were very friendly, camera team, and to all of the supporters. So once again, thank you, and apologies for tomorrow as there will be no commentary. Once again, thank you and goodbye from Woodford.